3, 2, 1.
Can we do that again?
Do it again.
Science is a tough topic, but I try to make it fun and I try to make it easy. And just to see the light bulbs popping when all of a sudden they've discovered they know how to do a pH problem.
I knew when I was 14 I was going to be a teacher. And I always knew I was going to work with kids who had behavioral or emotional problems. I just always knew that. To Serve with Love, probably one of my favorite movies, and you're too young to probably know that movie, but it was Sidney Poitier back in the 60s, and it kind of inspired me, and I just always knew I was going to do that. So the most memorable, I think, or significant moment in my career was when I first started teaching kids that I teach now, and it was in a public school for Columbus schools, and I had been in boot camp. I had done many things, but college just did not prepare me to work for these types of challenging kids. And my first year there, I was there about 6 weeks, and I got so frustrated, I walked out of the room. I did, I walked out. And I roamed the halls for about an hour. I couldn't do it. I didn't know how to get the respect. I didn't have the classroom management skills. I couldn't do it, and I left. And I came back an hour later, and one of the students had said, wrote on the blackboard, "Please stay." And I did. And that was 24 years ago.
I used to blow up things a lot. Now you may wonder, why is Mr. Minot not blowing things up anymore? Because he wants to live longer than a couple days. If there's an accident. Close to the end of the day, and I got to get this demonstration done before the bell rings in physics, and so I'm doing this very quickly. So I charged the capacitor, and then what I didn't know is when I was taking the wires off, I discharged the capacitor through me. Now that means I got a jolt of electricity, and it basically threw me against the back wall, the board, and it stunned me. Now I don't know if I was ever knocked out or whatever, but all I remember was I was kind of stunned, and then I noticed Mr. Kramer coming in, and I noticed my class was gone. And the bell had rung, and they thought, oh, he's always kidding, he's just joking around. They just thought I was just kind of sitting there, and realized I was kind of stunned, and so the funny thing I told the next day, I gave him an evil glare and said, I could have been dead. What have you done? And I gave them a real hard time, and then it's too bad it wasn't April Fool's. It would have been a perfect opportunity. This is a young person's sport, and I'm looking forward to just having fall off for the first time in my life. I don't know if I was ready to leave in some ways, but then I thought, well, I've got 33 years in, and it's not, I don't want to necessarily be affected by all the new changes in STRS, but I do feel affected by the new rules with testing. I feel like that's become the dominant priority, and I feel that that's not something I'm willing to accept as a dominant priority.
If teachers want to be in this for the long haul, if you plan to last 30, 35 years, you can't just show up. We're not working on an assembly line. You can't just show up. You got to put care, you got to have respect. Those kids have to know that you're invested in them, and once they get that, they'll follow your lead. True story, I had a parent, one of these meetings that kids have to go to every year, and the kid is there with mom, and all my supervisors are there, and the parent started off by saying, "Mr. Jones, I got to tell you, in the beginning my son didn't like you. He didn't. But about 4 months later, he said, Mom, the man just won't quit, so I might as well listen to him." And I think that sums it up. Just don't quit, don't give in. Just because they throw a tantrum or they jump up and down or they refuse, don't quit on them, and they're going to figure it out.